Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus returns home this evening after joining COP29 Climate Summit. Chief Advisor meets Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev in Baku and discusses bilateral issues. The High Court declares illegal the provision of the quick rental law enacted during the fascist Awami League tenure. Government to provide a lifetime medical treatment and rehabilitation for those injured in the anti-discrimination student people uprising. Bangladesh urges India to prevent Sheikh Hasina from making frequent political statements. BNP's 31-point program for state reform will redefine Bangladesh's socio-economic development, showing a ray of hope to people, says BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman. 47 more Palestinians killed in Israeli attacks, while the United Nations describes Israel's killing method in Gaza consistent with genocide. And Argentina to face Paraguay in World Cup qualifiers 2026 tonight. Assalamu alaikum viewers, I'm Tanzila Manar Sultan and welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the headlines. Now moving on to news in details. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has returned home after wrapping up his tour to attend the COP29 Climate Summit in Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan. A flight of Biman Bangladesh Airlines carrying the Chief Advisor and his entourage members reached the Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport in Dhaka at 8 p.m. this evening. Earlier, the flight took off from Baku Haidar International Airport for Dhaka at 12:45 p.m. local time. Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport has launched a visitors waiting lounge to make the journey of expatriate workers comfortable. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus inaugurated the lounge after returning from Azerbaijan tonight. The Chief Advisor said the government will do everything necessary to make the journey of expatriate workers comfortable. Thanking the concerned for arranging this lounge in a short time, the Chief Advisor said that more facilities for the expatriates will be increased gradually. Expatriates Welfare and Overseas Employment Advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul and Civil Aviation and Tourism Advisor AFM Hassan Arif were present. Later, Professor Muhammad Yunus exchanged pleasantries with expatriates and visited the lounge. Earlier, Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus met Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev on the sidelines of the COP29 climate conference in Baku. Azerbaijan President said his country wishes to deepen ties with Bangladesh and take the bilateral relationship with Bangladesh to a new height. He said a high-level team of the Azerbaijani government will visit Bangladesh early next year in a move to explore a comprehensive array of engagements with Bangladesh. Ilham Aliyev said his country was keen to invest in Bangladesh and was exploring the possibility of opening a resident embassy in Dhaka as both nations see increasing opportunities for trade, commerce and international cooperation. He mentioned a youth self-employment program is underway in Azerbaijan that was inspired by Professor Yunus's ideas. Chief Advisor Professor Yunus called for stronger ties between the two nations. He said both nations could prosper if there were increased bilateral trade, people-to-people interactions and cooperation in major international forums. Professor Yunus also stressed job opportunities for more Bangladeshis in the oil-rich Central Asian nations. Hundreds of Bangladeshis have found jobs in the shipbuilding industry in the country in recent years. Chief Advisor's Special Envoy Lutfi Siddiqui, Senior Secretary and Chief Coordinator of SDG Affairs Lamia Morshed and Bangladesh Ambassador to Turkey and Azerbaijan M. Amanul Haq also attended the meeting. Later, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus held a meeting with former British Prime Minister Theresa May in Baku. Chief Advisor said his government would carry out vital labour reforms in an effort to attract more foreign investment in the country's manufacturing sector. He said, "The labour issue is one of our top priorities. We want to resolve all labour issues." Theresa May expressed her desire to work on the issue. She also discussed human trafficking and migration with Bangladesh's interim leader. Professor Yunus called for increased migration to Europe from Bangladesh through the legal channels. Later, the wife of the Vice President of Brazil, Lu Alckmin, called on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus. The Brazilian Second Lady handed over to him a book she wrote on the 2006 Nobel Peace Laureate. The High Court declared the immunity provision in Section 9 of the Quick Enhancement of Electricity and Energy Supply Special Provision Act 2010 as illegal and unconstitutional. The High Court bench of Justice Farah Mahmood and Justice Debashish Roy Chaudhary passed the rule today. On September 2nd, the court issued a rule questioning the legality of the immunity provision in Section 9 of the Act. Senior lawyer Dr. Shadin Malik, accompanied by barrister Cynthia Farid, submitted the petition challenging the validity of the immunity related to quick rental and the purchase provision in Section 6. According to the Section 9 of the Act, no question can be raised before any court regarding the validity of any action or any action deemed to have been done, any action taken, and any order or direction given under this Act. Section 6 of the Act reads that any planning or proposal related to the buying or investment decisions has to be approved by the Energy Minister and sent to the Cabinet Committee for approval after communicating and bargaining with one or more institutions following Section 7 of the Act. Law advisor Asif Nazrul has said militancy as well as extremism will not be acceptable on any plea or under any cover. He said this at a meeting commemorating the death anniversary of former judges Jagannath Pare and Shohid Sohail Ahmed. It was held at Judicial Administration Training Institute in the capital today, remembering the two judges. Dr. Asif Nazrul said that militancy and extremism turns people into irrational individuals and cruel. Presided over by Muhammad Amirul Islam, President of Judicial Service Association, the function was also addressed by Acting Director General of Judicial Administration Training Institute, Sabbir Foyez, and Dhaka District Sessions Judge Hilaluddin Ahmed. Asif Nazrul further said that the country should be protected from any international conspiracy to continue the development and progress of Bangladesh. Chief Advisor's Special Health Affairs Assistant Muhammad Sayyidur Rahman said that lifelong treatment and rehabilitation will be ensured to those injured in the July-August mass upsurge during the anti-discrimination movement. The Chief Advisor's Special Health Assistant disclosed this to newsmen after a meeting with the 5 advisors regarding better treatment and rehabilitation of those injured in the mass upsurge. Health and Family Welfare Advisor Noor Jahan Begum, Social Welfare Advisor Sharmin S. Murshid, Advisor Mahfuz Alam, Post Telecommunications and ICT Advisor, and Information and Broadcasting Advisor Muhammad Nahid Islam, and Local Government Advisor Asif Mahmood Shaji Bhuya attended the meeting. Chief Advisor's Special Health Assistant Sayyidur Rahman informed that short-term measures will be taken by December next for the treatment and rehabilitation of those injured in the upsurge. Later, long-term measures will be taken up by step. Besides, there will be dedicated beds in all the government hospitals across the country for those injured during the anti-discrimination student people movement, and if needed, arrangement will be made for their better treatment abroad. Those injured in the anti-discrimination movement and coordinators were present on the occasion. The government will launch rice paddy procurement drive from Sunday next. Food advisor Ali Imam Majumdar made the disclosure at a briefing after a meeting at the Food Directorate in the capital today. The advisor informed that this time the government will ensure fair price of agricultural products, including paddy, of the farmers. The price of paddy has been fixed at Taka 33 by increasing per kilogram paddy price by Taka 3. On the other hand, price for procurement of rice has been fixed at 47 Taka. The food advisor also said that normalcy would return in the market after the increase in supply of almond patty and winter vegetables. Bangladesh urged the Indian government to prevent ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina from making frequent political statements from India. Director General of Public Diplomacy Wing, Tawfiq Hassan, informed this during a weekly briefing at the ministry today. Tawfiq Hassan said Sheikh Hasina should stop talking from the point of view of mutual respect between the two countries. He also said the ministry has informed the government's discontent over the issue to the Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh and the Indian government repeatedly. Addressing the briefing, the Director General of Public Diplomacy Wing said British Under Secretary Catherine West will pay a 2-day visit to Dhaka from next Saturday. One of the key objectives of this visit is to strengthen the relationship between Bangladesh and the United Kingdom by enhancing economic, strategic and immigration partnerships. Tawfiq Hassan said a Japanese delegation is visiting Bangladesh to carry out activities related to the transfer of the remains of 24 Japanese soldiers who were killed during World War II at Moinamote in Kumilla to Japan. The delegation will leave Dhaka on 25th of November, he added. A delegation led by Senior Social Development Specialist of the World Bank, Saba Moin, met Women and Children Affairs Advisor Sharmin S. Murshid in the Secretariat today. They discussed various issues including mother health, gender-based violence, the risk to women's lives due to climate change, prevention of maternal mortality, early child development and prevention of sexual harassment of women in public transport. The advisor said a committee of the ministry is working to receive complaints promptly and take action within 24 hours to prevent women's abuse and child marriage at the same time. She also sought support from the World Bank in this regard. Appreciating the strong role of the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs in ensuring gender equality and women's empowerment in Bangladesh, the delegation expressed their interest in working together to improve the quality of life of women. The delegation also said the World Bank's efforts will continue to prevent gender-based violence and child marriage. Land advisor A.F. Hassan Arif has said the government is committed to building a discrimination-free Bangladesh irrespective of religion, caste and creed, language and ethnicity. The advisor said this at the Probarona Purnima and Kothin Shibor Dan Utshab program in the capital. A.F. Hassan Arif said that modern facilities will be ensured at all the religious sites of the Buddhists in the country. Bodhananta Buddha Priyo Mahathero, president of Dharmoraji Buddha Bihar, presided over the program. Panom Thongproyan, Thai ambassador in Bangladesh, and Renchen Konastil, Nepalese ambassador, addressed the program, among others. BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman has said BNP's 31-point state reform program aims at transforming the country's socio-economic development model. He said this while speaking as a chief guest at a seminar titled 31-Point Outline for Structural Reforms in Bangladesh today. In his virtual speech, BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman said that these 31 points would lead to significant political change, including holding the Prime Minister accountable. The seminar organized by BNP on the 31-point state structure reform and civic thoughts brought together leaders from various political parties and distinguished professionals. Diplomats from 38 countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, India, Pakistan, China and Russia, also participated in the event, which took place at a hotel in the capital. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir in his address said that these 31-point reforms were finalized after consultations with like-minded political parties and experts. Key proposals include limiting the Prime Minister's tenure to 2 terms, ensuring public participation in the Parliament, adjusting workers' minimum wage in accordance with inflation or market prices, and allocating 5% of the country's GDP to the health sector. Some notables stressed that the reform program should be communicated to all segments of the population. A representative of Jamaat Islami welcomed the 31-point reforms, underlining the importance of national unity to advance the proposed reforms. Moving on to international news.